This is a percent problem where we have Katie sells Christmas trees on a vacant lot. Her total receipts for a Saturday in December, including 6.5% sales tax, were $1,298.24. What were her receipts before the sales tax? And then what amount of sales tax did she collect? So we want to know how much did she make before having the sales tax. So that is what I'm going to let x equal to. So x is going to be the receipts before sales tax. To figure out what that amount is going to be, that is usually what you take in. When you sell something, that's how much the Christmas tree cost originally. So when the customer comes up to buy the tree, it's going to cost X amount of dollars. Then on top of that, you're going to have your 6.5% sales tax. And what you need to do is you need to change 6.5% to a decimal. So to change 6.5% to a decimal, you're going to take 6.5%, and changing it to a decimal, you need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right, to the left. So then that becomes 0.065 because you need a placeholder in there. So you're going to have X dollars for the Christmas tree, then you're going to have 6.5%, but you have to say what that 6.5% is of. So for instance, if I say I just have 6.5%, you're going to say 6.5% of what? So we're taking 6.5% of the cost of the tree. So let me write that in. 6.5% of the cost of the tree. So we have the cost of the tree, and then we're going to have the sales tax. This whole thing right here is my sales tax. So the cost of the tree plus the sales tax then is going to give me my total receipts. So in this case, we have several trees that we're going to be including in this X. It's not going to just be one tree, it'll be several trees. We don't know how many, and we don't really care. This is just the total amount that you take in for all the trees that you sell, or that Katie sells. So we're going to have X plus, and then here's the cost of the trees, so 0.065 times X is going to equal $1,298.24. And now we have our algebra problem that we can solve by adding our x's together. We have like terms. We have a 1 in front of this x. So when we add 1 and 0.065, we end up with 1.065x equals 1,298.24. And then to solve for x, we're going to divide both sides by 1.065. And when we calculate that out, we come out to $1,219 even. So that's how much money we took in, or I'm sorry, that's how much money Katie took in when she sold the trees. So this amount is what she got just for the trees, and then she had to pay the sales tax on top of that. So this amount plus the sales tax is going to equal the $1,298.24. So the first part of this question says, what were her receipts before the sales tax? That's the $1,219. And then it asks, what amount of sales tax did she collect? Well, this is how much she took in before she paid the sales tax. This is how much she took in after she paid the sales tax. So the sales tax then is going to be the difference in those two numbers. So the $1,298.24 minus 1,219, and that's going to equal $79.24. So the receipts before the sales tax is $1,219, and the amount of sales tax collected was $79.24. And if you add these two together, they should come back out to the $1,298.24. So this is your answer to this problem. And this is what we call an increase problem. So we're taking the amount that we had to begin with and we're increasing by a percentage. So down here, we took in $1,219 and we had to increase it with the sales tax to come up with our final amount. The next problem is what we call a decrease problem. An item that regularly sells for $425 is marked down to $318.75. How much of a discount was marked on the item? So we have an item that started off at $425 and it's being marked down, and the final cost is going to be $318.75. So the question is, how much did it get marked down? Well, whenever you're taking a discount problem, we're going to be subtracting. We don't know what the percent is, so my X is going to be equaling to my percent, or my discount. And remember, we're going to need to take a percent of, and what are we going to be taking a percent of? We're going to take a percent of the original price, which is $425. So $425 is the original amount. I'm going to subtract my discount percent times the original amount, and I should come up with $318.75. So to solve this problem, I'm going to subtract 425 from both sides. When I do that, I rewrote X times 425 as 425 times X, and I still have that subtraction sign going on. On the other side, I have a negative amount, and then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 425. And I end up with X is equal to 0.25. Well, 0.25 is the decimal equivalent to the percent. So to find out what it is in percents, we're going to take 0.25 and we're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right, and that gives me a 25% discount on this particular item.